What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing tonight on the internet? My name is Jones. I'm a 15-year Pokemon TCG veteran, and I am here to help you get better at the Pokemon trading card game. Tonight I'm going to be streaming live on Instagram, YouTube, and of course on Twitch. On Twitch tonight, guys, we are trying to push for, as you can see, 50 followers on Twitch, and this is a big stream for us tonight. If we can get an average of 3 viewers tonight, we hit the affiliate program. So get everybody you can in tonight, get everybody that can pack this chat, and let's get this thing going as we try to get better at Pokemon tonight. So, what's up with you guys? How are you all? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty productive day in the classroom. I'm still in teacher clothes, as you can see. So, how are you? Chat's already blowing up already, so this is going to be a good night. Yeah, as long as they're watching, I don't care. Try to figure it out. Yeah, try to invite everybody. We want to try to pack this sucker tonight. But yeah, no. Also, I've got quite the tea going on from today. I can definitely say today that the school year has officially started for me. And I'll tell everybody that in just a bit once it gets on, because it was kind of funny. This was definitely, well, I wouldn't say it's a first for me, but it was definitely the sign that the school year has definitely started. But I will get to more of that in a minute. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. So, tournaments this weekend, tournaments going on all years. Everybody's trying to get ready for that. The big one that's coming up on my calendar is going to be the Pittsburgh Regionals. It's going to be the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's the big tournament that we're working towards right now as far as our testing and as far as the streams go. So a lot of the stuff that you'll see me play on here as we get closer and closer to the event is going to not necessarily always be fun little things like we were doing with C-Pao a couple, last week and the week before that. But a lot of it's going to start being more like tournament focused, and a lot of the conversations will be going and talking about that too. In addition to that, you might see me start popping up with more random streams too. I can tell you this for a fact right now. I would love for you guys, I haven't put a schedule on it, but be checking the socials as well on there. But Friday, Lord willing, I'm planning to do like an impromptu stream on there just to kind of get more practice in and everything, because I've got a tournament the next day, and then I've got and then like I'm trying to work on getting ready for Pittsburgh. So not on top of everything else that I'm doing, there will be occasional little streams that pop up every once in a while. So if anything, guys, it's important that you follow me on Twitch, Jones_TCG_. You follow me on Instagram, same name, and you follow me on X, same name, and you try to keep up with that, because that's going to tell you everything you need to know and when to see me, when to catch me at next, and we'll go from there. So that being said, tonight I'm going to start out playing some games with where is he? So we're gonna break out old Chad Bolt tonight. I haven't played some Raging Bolt in a hot minute. And here's the funny thing about it is, like, I'm surprisingly really good with this deck, and I don't play it as often as I would like. I think the last tournament, no, not the last time. One of the most recent tournaments I won with this deck. So yeah, so there's that. Can't find my pin. Thanks for joining the chat, man. Also, edgy username. I assume it's Danny's Pity Party. Appreciate you redeeming those bits on that Velociraptor emote. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta try to keep everything anonymous on the internet, guys. Try to keep that. Yeah, there we go. Now Danny's officially first place in the chat. All right, cool. So, anyways, Raging Bolt. This guy is pretty sweet. Definitely enjoy this deck. It's a very streamlined, very simple deck. I mean, I'm not going to go and restate stuff that's already been said. Like this deck has been um, talked about into the ground. It's been debated into the ground. So really, there's not a whole lot of like me going into the intricacies of this. I mean, unless you guys have a question, um, by all means, just jump in. Yeah, Raging Bull definitely just wins. Like, he's a simple guy. He takes knockouts and he wins prizes. There's a post on Instagram where I made where it was like something of like, you know, your deck has no strategy and it's not complex, and it's like bellowing thunder for win with like the Chad meme. So that's part of like where the name of the deck comes from. But a lot of the things that I've been looking at with this, and what I've been thinking about over just the last couple of days and just been chewing on, is just kind of like, there tends to be with this deck, I'd say maybe like a 3 to 4 card, I guess you could say almost like preference calls, like how you want to play it. Okay. So like, um, no, I don't want to do that. So there's like a lot of different ways that the deck is played. I mean, its core strategy is still the same, but there's anywhere from about like 3 to 4 cards that are different. It's going to be so good going into Megas, absolutely. I'll tell you another card that's going to be really good going into Megas is Roaring Moon. That's something that I'm really excited about, is Roaring Moon being something and how that's going to play out. So, yeah, so kind of like what I'm looking at right here in this list, I don't play Iono, and I play a counter catcher. Still play the Mew, still play the Little Bolt, and kind of like what I'm just looking for right now is like, is it another item or another supporter or another tool card we play in this deck? Now, my initial one, and I think this is probably what I'm going to go with, is I'm going to put Cornerstone in here. Alright? And again, if you've paid any bit of attention to the meta right now, Guldango is running rampant right now. Everybody and their sister is playing it. It's officially the new girlfriend deck, and people are just playing it, and for good reason. Um, I like how I know practically nothing about this, but I listen to it like it's a podcast. If it helps, I can speak into the microphone like this, and we can talk like, we're on an actual podcast. And I can do a ad for Dr. Squatch, or I can do it for Raid Shadow Legends. So like, yeah, we can do that either way. But what I hope is that you listen to it enough, and then you end up finding out like war flashbacks. But anyways, my hope and prayer is that eventually you listen to it enough, you figure out how to play. Should I start hitting my head with a hammer to make it stronger? Yeah. I mean, is there ever an option? Yeah. So anyways, like I said, Cornerstone. We're gonna play Cornerstone for against Guldango. We're gonna try that. I mean, it could also be great against other things too, like it can be good against other things like Grimmsnarl, most like Terrabox, with like the exception of a few guys. Charizard, obviously. There's a lot of things that it's really good into. So I think we're gonna try that and see how this plays out. All right, so we're gonna go Chad Bolt 13. Sitting here with 13 of these. All right, we're gonna climb the ladder with this. Let's see what we got. Your skull is like a non-Newtonian fluid. Please start clicking your nails as well. I need ASMR. I mean, if you really wanted to, like, I could open a booster pack or something, like do that into the thing. But, first I'm gonna go blind. I'm gonna go blind straight up, go first. But I did, speaking of that, I did get a new mic. I haven't broke it out yet, just because I haven't. Well, I don't say I don't have the time. I just literally like I just haven't put it in here. I got to figure out where it's gonna sit and how the camera's gonna look for it. But what I'm gonna do is on that stream on Friday, I'm gonna break it out and we'll have it there. Gambling. If you're gonna do gambling, just go to go to Kick. Do it there. 90% of the gamblers quit before they hit big. Absolutely, absolutely. But the crazy thing about it though is like these prize packs, like they have the worst pull rates ever. Like their their value is directly correlated to like what packs are in there and like how competitively viable the cards are. And the crazy thing about it is too, not Plinko for real. Casino Uno, Plinko a wild pick. All right, so here we go. So we're going first again. So we're gonna play against Gimme Goal, and then we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna go. We're gonna do this. Now I'm just gonna pass and see what happens. All right, Danny used 100 bits. Sweet, appreciate the cheer. All right, thank you for the motivation. I will now spend my kids' college fund. Yeah. Although that college fund ought to be diverse in crypto, precious metals, and cards. I think I read something the other day where it said like, if you have a um, if you have a portfolio, 23% of it should be just like the way things are. It should be an collectibles. All right. So let's see, we got that. I can't find my pin. Brick Boy, thank you guys for the follow. Get me closer to that 50 follower goal. I set it for the 15th of September, but I think honestly, with like the way we're going right now, guys, I think we very well could hit it. I'm also dyslexic, meanie. Swaggy Switch Cheese followed. Appreciate the follow. All right, so we're doing pretty good, doing pretty good. So they're gonna do that. So basically, what my opponent's trying to do right now is they're just gonna like try to knock out this Fez and then just delay the inevitable. There's a Monkey Dory. So honestly, we probably need to kill that Monkey Dory first because that's the only real way, unless they don't play anything else. Like that's gonna be how we got to get around this. Is we play. It's gonna be a two-turn. It's gonna be a two-turn setup. And I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it. What's your opinion on margarine? It's practically motor oil. If you're not cooking with ghee, tallow, or grass-fed butter, get it out. Drinkable when melted. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are drinkable when melted, but the truth of the matter is that you don't need it. Seed oils are terrible for you. Who is Lexi, bro? Stop talking about her so much. Yeah, just who is she? I don't know who she is. The misspelling of college shows you've never had my goats class. Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, too, if you had a goat for a teacher, I would be kind of worried as well, too. I can't believe it's not butter. Well, I'm glad somebody does. Who cares if it's socially acceptable? Just drink it anyways. Top 5 edible substance. It is pretty great, not gonna lie. She's your number one op. So why is she your number one op? That's funny. Yeah, it's still on my wall. It's like front and center right where I had it at the end of last year. And like kids are like, "Oh, what is that?" I was like, "It's a Sniger." They're like, "What's a Sniger?" I'm like, "Well, this is what a Sniger is." Yeah, I'm like, no, like that was a gift. I took that seriously. Like I take like anything like my students give me like that like you obviously put some work into. Like I keep that stuff. Now, I mean, at the same time too, there are some things like I just don't put on the wall. Cuz I've had like kids who are like, you know, I can only get so many pictures of me as Batman or like I can only get so many like letters. I can't. I can't get you out of that. That is a fight you must win. All right, so we're in a weird spot right now. Um, we gotta get rid of this. We gotta get rid of this guy. So he'll do the damage, but he won't. He'll still do the effect of his attack, but he won't do any damage to me. So like I'm just gonna kind of just sit here and just like draw past till either he decks out or he gets what he needs. My Geo just called my mom because I talked to myself and he started lying on my name. Um, why are you talking to yourself? Like that's what. Like you shouldn't even be talking in class to begin with. I got a whole dap up. It was pretty awesome. So I just haven't washed my hand. Yeah, the class is not that bad. I can't do math or read, but I got geometry. Look, man, that's what you call doing. That's what you call doing math. All right, so they basically just gave me. They just gave me the win there. So that's gonna be pretty solid off of that knockout. They just drew pass. I do math in my head. Um, I'm really good at Pokemon math. Like the extent of my math starts and ends at this game. Can't really do much there. Smarty McSmarty pants. All right, hey, there we go. We got to win. Got to win. All right, that's great. All right, so we're in between games. Let's check see if anybody's chatting on Instagram. No, nobody's chatting on Instagram. Um, so yeah. So there we go. Got the first game. So there we go. We got our first win of the night. Pretty solid strategy. Redeemed 100 to highlight my message. Little cat face. So the real question though is like, what would you call that emoji at that point? Like that's the thing I would do about it. It's like some emojis have like, obvious names, I don't think I have to explain them, but then there's some of them like those little faces like that that I'm just like, what would you even call that? All right, are we just going to evil kitty cat? All right, let's just start spamming the chat with evil kitty cat. How are you choosing what deck to play? So it really kind of more of like what deck I choose to play. I kind of just think about like what I want to do throughout the day. Um, and then it's kind of like whatever like the app just pairs me up against. So I've got like a really dead hand here. I'm probably playing the mirror match. They either get me or they don't. What's my top 5 favorite periods? Um, you're talking about classes, right? Will it be the same deck all stream? No, it won't be the same deck all stream. This is my second game with Raging Bolt, and typically the way it goes is that like if there's something like you guys want to see, you want to see me play, I'll um I'll play that. So so I'll do this for a few games, and then I might jump on to something else. A lot of like what I'm trying to do right now as far as deck choices, and I said this earlier in the stream, is trying to get ready for Pittsburgh regionals, and a lot of like the decks and stuff I'm going to be playing are focused to what I would play like if the tournament was tomorrow. So that's kind of like what I'm working towards. Oh, my favorite classes that I have. Look, people ask for that, but I'm not giving that. I'm not trying to start a civil war. I think it's one of those deals of like if you have to speculate about it, like yeah, I'm not giving mine. Yeah, this is not good. Just the algorithm doing algorithm things. I'm not going to waste my time with that. Papaya pig, you probably would get your butt handed to you in real life. Yeah, you really missed out, man. Like, if there was ever a case of FOMO, that was it. Alright, so we're playing this guy. I don't know what it is. What benefit is there from going first? Depending on the matchup, so like it makes it weird for um Goldango. They don't get the jump on you right away. I get my owls. I get my owls to evolve first, and then like if I pair into the mirror match, um, it makes it to where again like I get to evolve the owls first, and sometimes I'll let it like, and sometimes I'll change it up. Like sometimes like I'll purposely play games going first, and then sometimes I'll purposely play games going second. And the reason I want to do that is just because I want to get familiar with those scenarios. Like, yes, you always want to do that. You always want an optimal start. But a lot of the times, like, you're not always going to find yourself in an optimal position. So the more you train and the more that you play in, like, unfamiliar situations or you practice in, like, least favorable, like, going first or going second, like, the least favorable, it kind of helps you and conditions you to be able to play out of those. Because a lot of the times, like, so like this right here, so I got to jump on them. My hand is, and they just fold, okay? Yeah. So like I was saying though with it, why does your thing say Sunday stream? It probably didn't update. I had changed it from like I had changed it before I hit live, and I guess it just didn't translate. But no, it's not Sunday stream. This is T Swift Tuesday. All right. Um, I like your beard. It's pretty awesome, Sauce. Yeah, it actually will turn 10 years old uh, this December. Even though you can't attack, I always assumed going second with. It really depends. Like, and a lot of where people think like um, like first, like going with second with Raging Bolt, like for the longest time was always gospel, because you had Sada, you had Pokestop, you had all of these things that made it really quick, so like you could attack on turn one and take a big knockout. But now with the addition of the owls, it makes it to where like going first is good because then you can evolve. Now, what it does teach you to play, and sometimes you're gonna not gonna be able to do it, and sometimes you will, but a lot of the times what it's going to teach you to play is it's going to teach you to like pocket your my Digimon watch is acting up, but it's going to teach you to pocket your two prizers and set up a board like you just only have one prizers. Because if you play something that can attack going second, and the same principle even goes like if you go second too, like if you start putting down like two prizers irresponsibly, what's going to happen is other decks that play other decks that play owls, other decks that have ways to access counter catcher, they're putting targets on it. So like the thing that I've learned with like this meta is that you really need to really think about when you're placing your two prizes and what two prizes you're putting down. So, you know, so it's important to learn that. And then the other thing about it too is just knowing, um, like I said earlier, just like those situations where you're learning how to play out of unfortunate hands or like least favorable positions, because you play 9 rounds at a regional, and let's say like you play all 9 rounds, let's say you go to all 3 games, that's like 27 games of Pokemon. So, and in those 27 games, saying like if all 9 rounds, all three of your games went 3 games, you would you would see a lot of weird hands, and you find yourself in a lot of like weird situations. So the more that we practice and the more that we condition ourselves for those moments, the more prepared we're going to be. So real quick, I'm going to hit all of this stuff because I am terrible at redeeming wards. Let's see. Danny says, I'm sending you more bits on behalf of Jasper. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, Jasper, whoever you are. Are the Owls a newer addition? The Owls are not. Um, Newer in the sense of like, I don't know when the last time you've played was, but like the Owls came out in Stellar Crown with a lot of the Terra Pokemon and the Terra support. And then when the rotation hit and all of like Pokestop, trekking shoes, all of that stuff went away, a lot of the Raging Bolts went to this. Now, there is a version of Raging Bolts that, longtime viewers of the stream have realized that is not the optimal version, but some people will tell you it is. But I can tell you for a fact that it's not. That just plays Raging Bolts, Squawkabilly, and it plays Teal Mask. And yeah, but that one's not as flexible. Um, Shut up, just more of that. Theater misses you. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so we'll jump into another game of this. So far, Cornerstone has worked, and twice now, hands have been less favorable. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy work. Well, hey, either way, like I appreciate you jumping in tonight. Another really bad hand. I mean, this is actually playable though, so like I'm not too tore up over it. Now, what would make this really good is if like we were able to get. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Um, Cornerstone could be huge. Not getting the owls down early is gonna hurt. Don't need that. I'm just gonna grab the fighting energy. Alright, so the goal is going to be Sada, and then we're just going to start Thunderbursting Storm on any Ralts they drop. This could be a monkey. But if they go and put 2 Ralts, that's smart. But if they do Ralts, Monkey, Dory, that's really scary. At least for them. Alright, so if they're going to go Cleffa, they really don't have... Yeah, they really don't have anything. Okay, there's that. And that's the thing, too. Like, without your opponent telling you what's in their hand, when you watch little actions like that, it really tells you a lot about what their hand is and like what their hand strength is. Now, like if that had been me, I would have went 2 Ralts because I'm gonna end up doing this thing right here. I'm gonna snipe his only Ralts. Now, at the same time too, the other 2 could be prized, but in a typical scenario there, we want to try to get 2 Ralts down because Gardevoir is such a crucial linchpin to the Gardevoir deck there. So the more they do this, now they could grab a Shaman off of this, and that would stop my bench damage. Oh, okay, so they're going to play Jellicent. Alright, sweet. Um, they do that, like, honestly, like, I'm not worried. 20 damage, I can't play items. Like, you're not hurting me, buddy. Oh, and they didn't play the... They didn't play the... Didn't play it down. Alright, no big deal. We'll just go grab Artisan. Grab a Hoot Hoot. I'm going to judge away his Ralts. Let's heal dance onto here. We're going to have to be careful now because we only have 3 cards in hand. And then I'm just going to go ahead and Dragon Headbutt the Frillish, so that'll stop him from trying to keep the item lock up. So far so good. 2 solid knockouts, but we're going to have to keep up this momentum because that Jellicent, if that Frillish evolves into a Jellicent, it stops our items, it stops our tools, and then also this deck is just a hard matchup for Raging Bolt to begin with, so we got to just be vigilant. We're not out of the woods yet. We have testing tomorrow, so basically the thing I would say with that is do your best regardless. Because the thing that I always tell like my students when it comes to testing is that you need to do your best regardless, because especially with like these beginning of the year tests, like I can help you better if you do your best, because then I know exactly what it is you need help with. Because you'll have a lot of kids that'll just like, they'll just slap something down just to say that they're done. But that doesn't really do them any favors because everybody's not getting a good representation of like what your needs are. So it's kind of important that you do your best so that way, your teachers can help you and know exactly like what your needs are. Like, okay, maybe you're struggling with this, so then we'll focus on this skill. We'll focus on that strategy instead of being like, oh, this is next in the order of stories, so we're going to do this. So no, do your best. Your name's tied to it. You should do your best no matter what. Have some pride. Hypothetically, if the app downloads on my PC before my parents force me to sleep, would you be willing to throw hands? Yeah, yeah. Just let me know when you're on. We can play a game. See, the other thing I'm thinking about too, like other than the cornerstone, is like how gnarly would like another like ancient Pokemon in this deck would be. What's the active? What does Noctowl do? So what happens with Noctowl, if I have a Terra Pokemon in play, Noctowl can grab me two trainer cards out of the deck. So I can grab a Stadium, I can grab a Supporter, I can grab a Tool, and I can grab an item. So I can grab any two out of out of that combination as long as I've got something that is specified as a Terra Pokemon. Here comes Pringles. Oh, he's gonna TM Evo. You know, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Would you ever play the Pokemon game in competitive? Like, yeah. What do you mean by that? Like, that's kind of like what I'm doing right now. All right. Never punished. Let's see what they got going on. Gotta hold on to that. Actually, how much time do you get per turn to make a decision? Let's see. Let's see. In the corners, the goat of grammar, best of beards, TCG Jones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me something I don't know. An actual tourney. How much time do you get per turn to make a decision? So my personal rule with like decisions is a second per card in hand. So like right now, like I've got like two cards in hand. It's very obvious what my decision is. Um, my opponent, they've got six in their hand, so maybe they could do that, but it shouldn't take you like 45 minutes to figure out what to do with like even with a six card hand. Even the same thing would be too with like a even with like a two card hand. Like there's really not a whole lot to do, but and a lot of it would like what helps with like knowing what to do, what not to do against like different hands and stuff is just like trying to play the game mentally as like your opponent's doing their stuff. So that's there's kind of like that like the video games. Oh, nah, I don't really have any interest in playing the video game. Like I play it for like the story, but that's about it. Yeah, and that's the same thing I would say that with that too is like in person, you basically want to think like a second a turn. Um, all those guys I had to mulligan twice and only got one benched. But can they tinker about it for help in live? No. Like at that point, if they're just sitting there like wasting their time, like you call a judge and like the judge will get on to them and they'll get a penalty for not for like delaying the game. Wait, not bench basic. No, they can't sit there for half an hour and do it. So I'm kind of in a weird spot. Power press. All right, exactly 80. That's cute. Let's see what happens here. Well, that's going to be unfortunate. If they play Clefairy, we're probably cooked. Oh, so they're going to go for Fez. All right. This guy will not knock me out. That's the aggravate. Oh man, this is ridiculous. The only thing I got is grass energy. The only thing I got left in my deck is grass energy, and I drew into like all my other fighting. So unless he like two shots me, Now, if he's smart, yeah. So I gotta get 4 energy here. I got it right here. Yep. There we go. There we go. Like a few months back, I got my brother's old 360 working. I don't know what the games are good for something like that. Mass Effect, man. Mass Effect. Halo Reach. Um, Final Fantasy 13. Those are all great games for it. Those are all great games for Xbox 360. Also, the original Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 was great. Like, I don't remember much of it though, because it was like a fever dream to me. Like, I was telling somebody the other day, like, we were talking about Final Fantasy on one of the streams here, and I was like, I want to go back and play that. Like, I think like it could be, like I want to go back and play because I don't remember much of it. All right, all right, all right. What do I want to play with? All right, waiting on you, Rice. Yeah, they had two. They had two sequels, and I didn't play either of them. I played the first one. Never played it. Um, I'd say though my favorite Final Fantasy was 10, and it was just solely on the fact of like that was like the first one I played, and like it's just the memories of playing that one was just like very vivid. I enjoyed 12 too. I enjoyed 12. You know, I like 7. I even like the first Final Fantasy. I like that one a lot too. Yeah, I want to go back and I want to play that. I want to go back and play. I would love to play 16, and I really need to sit down and play 15. Like I got 15 like in my living room right now, and I think I've maybe played like 20 minutes of it tops. So I'll need to go. I need to go and play that one. Oh, look at you playing Dragapult. Took him a decade to make 15. Yeah, 15 it was like forever. Um, and it was gonna always be so many different things. Like I remember it was gonna be like an extension of like 12 at one point, and yeah, it took him forever to figure out what they wanted to do with that. Okay, okay, respectable. And I'm gonna laugh if he goes and like goes rare candy Dragapult like on his second turn. I would laugh. I would laugh greatly. The laugh is so menacing. Now you got me doing it just to do it. He did it. Ah, he did it. That's so funny. All right, 60. All right, cool, cool, cool. Respectable. Caught me off guard. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. Ultra Ball. Stretcher. Okay. You got a rare candy in your hand. He's got a rare candy in his hand. let's see, we're going to go there. Now I'm going to do is super cold. We're going to put energy here, energy here, energy here, energy here. Retreat. Bring back Regigigas. We're going to go superior energy retrieval, get rid of this. I'll get rid of this. And then I'm going to get these energy here and do what I've been trying to do. So super cold's going to take, let me take water energy out of my hand and put it to any of my Pokemon and wherever I want. And then I'm going to do Jewel Breaker, which is going to do 330 damage because it does an additional 230 if I'm swinging into a Terra Pokemon. So, eat it. Alright. Took 2 prizes. He's got a hand of 4, so he's probably got Pokemon there. There's the air balloon that I wanted earlier. So that was a big knockout. So let's see what Rice has in store for us. There's another Dreepy. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a fine turn. It's kind of like at this point, like, if Ogerpon wasn't prized, I could do something there. Okay. Now we just need, like, I legit just need, like, energy retrieval, like, superior energy retrieval and electric energy on Iron Hands, and I'm good. But at the same time, too, I could sit here and chill with, like, with Regigigas. As long as we keep him out of like a 3 prize range, like we're good. So there's that. Do I really want to give away? I think I'm just good. Like I just sit here and just chill. Yeah, let's do that. And just chill. There's no point in trying to like play an Iono like when I don't need cards. There's the Vessel. Now if I just had like a way to get like if I just had a way to get superior energy retrieval, that'd be good. But as long as like he's got 3 cards, like I'm drawing pretty great. So put up a good fight though, that's for sure. Definitely put up a good fight. Let's go ahead and do this first before I like do anything. Keep that, we'll get rid of the Evo. Do that. Alright, here we go. We'll do Amp. We'll take 2 prize cards off of that. Thank you very much will let us take 2 prize cards when we attack with that. And then we'll go from there. If you go counter catcher and then like you have a way to like get my hand down, you could probably squeeze a win back. So there's that. Alright, that's cool. Poffin. So there you goes. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you put up a good fight though, Rice. So I'll give him that. So give him a round of applause. Give Rice a round of applause. He tried. He took a couple prizes off of me, so not too bad. Oh, yeah. So there's that. So like a little community match. Got that done. I was in it. You start at the end. Yeah, for sure. That was fun. Like that could have definitely went in your favor if I hadn't like started like drawing a little bit better. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna play some Terror Box now. Desire Enhanced ability says, it's not an ability, it's an attack. It's an attack. Amp you very much. So for one electric and three colorless, it lets you do 120 damage, and then if you knock out your opponent's Pokemon with that attack, it will it'll let you take an additional prize card. So it's really good into um, it's really good like into like basic Pokemon, kind of like Fan Rotom here, and then it's like good into things that are weak to it. So like you can hit a Wellspring Ogrepon with with a you get into Wellspring Ogrepon with Amp You Very Much, and you'll take three prizes because the way it reads is it says take an additional prize card. So basically, what it'll make you do is like it'll make you um, take three prize cards instead of two. As far as that game though, Rice, what I would have done is I would have went for the Frigibax and the Arctibax. That's what I would have done. Alright, so we're gonna pass and hope that they don't have anything. And they don't Iona away my hand. Because we're sitting pretty good right now. Sitting real good. And I should have also checked my prizes to see if I had Sparkling Crystal. So Ultra Ball. Alright, so that's going to be a Dust Skull. Oh, it's a Latias, alright. Yeah, it could have gone better for sure, just bad planning. You know, and it's one of those things though too, like you didn't know the matchup. So in your defense there's that. Hilda, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I now know what's in this guy's hand. Alright, Itchy Pollen. Oh, they're about to get eaten up. So we took two prizes right off the bat. We got a lucky top deck there, and we're able to get two of those. So now what that means is we get to save our Noctowl, and we'll be able to use that for more practical things. You've unlocked your Volt standing in the Bleach game. Nice. That's awesome. Is that the mobile game you're playing, or is it the mobile game, or or like Brave Souls, the console game? Hmm. What do I do here? I feel like I go double Nespo. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go double Nespo. Grab that. Got him. Yeah. So going back to that too, that's a instance of why we want to go first, because being able to evolve on that second turn against Dragapult's so strong. Yeah. All right, just a little over an hour, holding a really strong, solid audience tonight. Appreciate everybody joining in, joining the stream. A lot of things you could be doing on your Tuesday night, but you definitely decided to choose and spend it with me. So really appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody that's followed, everybody that sent bits tonight. So really great stuff going on so far. And like I said, anybody that's just joined in, we're just trying to get ready for Pittsburgh Regionals. That's in less than a month. So everything you see me play tonight is stuff that I would consider taking to Pittsburgh. Um, any of the deck lists, anything like that. Um, Sleep isn't necessary for real. Sleep is for the weak. That's what Bring Me the Horizon says. So yeah, so anything like that. Deck lists posted in Discord. Deck lists posted in future YouTube videos coming up. Going to be doing some Tuesday. I'm looking to record some YouTube videos, so be looking out for those. You have testing, bro. We're cooked. Nah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So we'll do this. Yeah, we want to go first. Not the best start in the world. Playing Smaragdon. Okay, okay. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play this. So this is either the Joltik variant, or it could end up being like a different variant of this Miraidon deck. Miraidon doesn't get played as much, which is kind of a bummer. It's a really good deck. The only problem with it though is like it doesn't like long games. Okay, so it's the Joltik version. That's what we thought it would be. Can't really use... Can't really use... So it's kind of just a weird spot we're in right now. Okay, there's a Crispin. No, I don't want that. Alright, we got what we want. We need a nest ball. So we're going to go nest ball to crystal. Go ahead and throw this down, because I feel we'll need it. We're going to go Terrapagos. I'm going to save the electric energy for Pikachu. This is going to go here. This will attach. Put the air balloon on Pikachu so we can retreat. It's probably not the smartest thing to do, but we'll put the crystal there. Nothing else in the discard pile. And we're going to Crown Opal. So what Crown Opal is going to do is going to do 180 damage, and they can't attack into Terrapagos, because the only thing that can damage is basic colorless Pokemon. Which we know they should play a Blood Moon Ursaluna, but they're not going to play that until the end of the game. Basically what my opponent's going to try to do now is they're going to try to check down into one of these three Pokemon to try to take 2 prize cards. If they do, I have Counter Catcher here, which lets me bring up one of their guys if I'm behind, and be able to take a knockout there. Yeah, so there's the Iron Hands. Here's the Arven. They're going to either get Counter Catcher or they're going to get Prime Catcher. And then we'll see that play. My guess is they're going to try to grab the Hoot Hoot, so that way I won't be able to do Crown Jewel Seeker. And at this point, we really don't want to try to put too much stuff down on the bench, because they can kind of like jump around and grab it. Yeah, so there's the Prime Catcher. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the... I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the... I think I grabbed the Dynamo. Yeah, I grabbed the Dynamo. Yeah, so they did exactly what I thought they would do. Yeah, we don't want to play down Fez. We don't want to play down Blood Moon just yet. Get rid of Mew. We'll just keep this up. Hope they don't grab a boss, but this deck does play 4 boss though, so there's a lot of different ways that could happen with that. Yeah, so there's that, they grab it. Don't have a tool card, so A lot of different ways that you do this. I need an energy. I don't have an energy. They've got an energy. Electric, yeah. Yeah, so we can't bring that back. He's got boss. He should just go ahead and play it. So I don't know why you should. I'd watch your YouTube videos. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's definitely the plan for this week. Is definitely to finish the scripts up on those and like record some this week. Oh, okay. So you're gonna go fan wrote them. All right. All right. Cool. 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 Let's see what he does. Like realistically, they either have it or they don't. Well, they already did burn their prime catcher. So, all right, Bricky boy, appreciate you coming in. Um, all right, so let's just hope that they don't have a boss or something. If they have it, they have it. They don't, they don't. So, that's game. Yeah, they just had everything, and I couldn't hit Iono. So, yeah, it's just an unfortunate matchup for us. It's winnable, but there's just a lot that's got to go wrong, and you probably don't win very often. So, go kick rocks. All right, man. Appreciate it all, heart. Appreciate that. So, all right. Yeah. So again, going on an hour and a half here. Going pretty strong. Going pretty strong. Yeah. Go first. Yeah, I'll go first. We'll go Mew. And I'm going to keep the Latias and the Pikachu down. Alright, so this could be anything. Guess I'll just attach here. And Pass. Because this could be anything. Like, this could be Dragapult, this could be Spathra, which is what I think it might end up being, is a Spathra. Satu. God, called it. Okay, so this isn't too bad. Ditto probably becomes Mimikyu. Nope, Frillish. Interesting little deck. Alright. Let's see what I got. Alright, so we're not too bad. Now, as much as I would like to do that, I think it's probably best we just go genome hacking and item log them. So we'll just keep the item log going. Now what we got to be watch out. What we got to watch out for is we got to watch out for this guy and we got to watch out for this guy and what they evolve into. So they're just going to keep going like that. All right. So I guess I'd go. Let's go this. And then we'll do research. And we'll just go big. I'll hold on to Rotom in the hand. And then we'll just keep item locking them. Gotta be careful though. We just gotta stay behind this. Let's see what's going on here, because in that way, alright, so they're gonna do that. Keep up the item lock. And I'll just item lock them again. So they'll just keep up the item lock. And then I think what we're going to do next turn is we're going to try to set them up for. We're going to set them up for a 2-prize knockout with Teal Mask Ogerpon. Not Teal Mask, with Wellspring Ogerpon. That's going to be the play. Alright, so there's Arven. Not a whole lot they can do with Arven. The move is going to be... Alright, so there's that. Crisis Punch. Okay. Alright. So the move here is... The guy just got out of match with, used 3 items in a row. That's crazy. Pokemon Live is wild sometimes. Absolutely wild. Yeah, so we're going to go Torrential Pump, knock out Duskull, and then I'm going to hit Flittle. We'll do that. Yeah, so there's that. Appreciate everybody that's jumped in the chat tonight, just watching that. So anybody that's jumped in new, just trying to play test and get ready for Pittsburgh Regionals. So that is what we were trying to do tonight. If you're a first-time viewer or returning viewer, definitely glad that you're in here tonight with me. Just trying to get better. So I'm up 3-6 against this what appears to be an Espathra deck. They get a pretty decent hand there, so they'll be able to set up. I know they got their A-Spec, the Hyper Aroma, so we'll be able to see those cards here shortly. Earthen Vessel off of the Arven. Rescue Stretcher to grab the Frillish. A Dusclops, throw that away, grab some Psychic Energy. Now they're still going to have to wait a turn. But this is them banking on that they don't have... Alright, there's that too. Okay. It's cute. It's a clever way to try to power up their Pokemon. And they played the Arven, so like, I'm going to have access to the Crispin. Interesting. Let's go ahead and do Noctowl here. Let's see where my... Alright, we got that. My other boss is prized. I think probably what I do here then is I just do this. We'll grab that just in case. Put that down. I guess I'll just go ahead and restart now. Yeah, that kind of works out. And they'll put their evolutions at the bottom. So I think now the question though is like, what do I fear more? Do I fear Jellicent more, or do I fear Spathra? I mean, that's the good question. I don't need any of those. I think I fear Spathra more, because at least with Jellicent I can still attack. Yeah. And then we still have an out to Iron Bundle. Then we got this here, so we can see more cards. Okay, that's cool. Like, I can do that too, guy. So imagine they're going to sit here and they're going to commit to the Clefairy, which would be smart. Be able to get a good... Okay, they might actually commit to the Frillet, the Jellicent. Which I don't think is a bad idea, but... It's just going to be very slow. Alright, now hit me with the counter catcher. Power press 160. Okay. Cute. Should have put that on him and then just like slowly just did the sob onto the guy. Oh, I should have done restart. Yeah, oh well. Down 6-1. Still got outs. So. Hit me with the power press. No big deal. We're not stressing. We're good. All we gotta do is just get one guy. And we're good. Oh. I can't play tools either. Alright, so it's gonna get kind of weird now. Getting kind of weird. But I'll be alright. Let's start. Hmm. That's off the board. Go here. Welcome to professional Pokemon there, Grains of Rice. Close. I still got 2 energy on the deck, so I can definitely get game here. Definitely hurting from that misplay. Again, what I should have done was, instead of trying to bounce it around with the Iron Bundle, I should have just like put the Ogerpon back on the bench and then used that grass energy to sob. So unless they check down into a Noctowl and get rid of my hand, like there's nothing else they can do. Alright, we're good. They retreat into Clefairy and try to knock me out that way? Yep, that's what they're doing. 40, 60, 80, 100. 220, wow, exactly 220. Alright, now. We are now in dire straits here. so this entirely depends. Oh man, we're good. That was clutch. I was so nervous that I would end up like drawing all of my energy. Like I've had that happen so many times where like I end up like drawing all of my energy off flip the script like that. So there we go. It was a very interesting game. Could have got away, but we managed the game very well and we got it. So there you go. And that's why it's always important too to make sure that you're always testing against stuff that's not always meta, because meta decks tend to, they're good. They're meta decks for a reason, but a lot of times they it can get very stale, and then like when you get play against something like this, you don't tend to know what to do. So it's important to always make sure to even play it, because there are people that will try to just move up the ranks so they can play Arceus, which is fine, but a lot of the times it's just a good idea to just play against the meta decks and see what happens. And see what happens. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna jump off this. We did pretty good with that. Moving into this. Alright, so we're gonna play some Guard War, see what happens. But judging by the deck they're playing, I'm pretty sure they're playing Zorak. So there's that. It's working, he keeps drawing. You sure it's not glitched or something? That's weird. Do I want to go first? No, I don't want to go first in this case. Alright, so playing against Charizard. That'll be interesting. I think honestly just what I want to do is alright, we know that we got that guy there. That's going to be big for us. We also know that we got our charms. Yeah, we got our charms. Play that down. And then I'm just going to like try to grasping draw for as much as I can. Came down the last turn because he might choose to draw again or just take me out. So hopefully he chooses to be dumb. Well, I hope he chooses to be dumb too. So that'll work out for you. Nice. Very nice. Interesting. So we can do that. And just grasp me, draw for 3 cards. You know what? I'm okay with that. Maybe I can grab some more energy out of this. I don't. Alright, so they threw away their max bolt. There we go. It's gonna boss for the next turn. TM Evo. This is another Charmeleon. Alright, cool. I need to get some more psychic energy in the discard pile is the problem. Well, there we go. That actually works out for us. Alright, so we're gonna definitely have something ready for him if they go to Charizard this next turn. So, yeah, he evolved every Pokemon he had and took like all his energies out of his discard and had like 8 billion damage on me. That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. So, there's that. So, alright, so now he's going to commit to that. So then that's going to tell me to. It's time to go for the. It's going to tell me to go for that. So then now we got to set up the Drift Balloon, which is definitely what we want to see. And really, we just like hold on to this hand. Because they knock out the Drift Balloon, we like knock it out again. Here's Arvin, we already know threw away their max belt. It's not really doing anything. There's Retreat. The thing we are going to have to watch out for, though, is Briar. That is going to be the thing we have to watch out for. Yeah, kill the monk. No big deal. I'm okay with that. Because then I'm just going to do this. So there we go. Get the return KO. That'll put us on a good prize map. And it's going to be interesting, though, how this works out. They could go GU, knock out Drift Balloon, and not, like, risk their Charizard. Which, if they did, I would commend them. If they did. Alright, so I don't know. That's going to hurt. A Tool Scrapper would be stupid. Let's see what they do. They still have in Quick Search. I imagine this is a. This has got to be a Quick Search for a Charizard. What if they go Charizard? Like, if they give me the Charizard this turn, I basically just, like, win. But I got Secret Box. So really the question then is like, what is the more valuable card? Because it's not like I got Pheasantipity down where I can grab 3 cards. Like, the Secret Box is going to be weird, where it's going to have to be like, Secret Box for like, throw away Gardevoir. Alright, so there's a counter catcher. So you're going to get rid of a monk. Alright, no big deal. I think at this point, we now just gotta go. Still got one of those. So this just gets really weird. So we throw those away. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get that. We'll get this off of the Secret Box. Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna finish up this game and call it a night too. Get rid of their Pidgeot. And then I'm gonna Balloon Blast here. Gonna be a pretty close game. Two darks. I still got a monk. There's the counter catcher when I need it. That's crazy. All right. Pheasantipity. So there are other Charizards prized? Nope, there it is. So now we just gotta kill Monkey Dory, we kill Tatsugiri. That's really just what we gotta do. So they very possibly what they do is he gonna go to that? Man, what would if they like? It'd be crazy if they ended up getting all three prizes in one turn. No shaman. Very nice. Buddy poppin'. Nothing. Arvin. So we'll see what happens here. Counter catcher. I bet this is Gardevoir. No, there's still a way they can do. Wow. Hmm. Didn't grab the dark energy off of it. And they grab boss. Children, this is why we play Iron Bundle and everything. Wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered. That's tough. Dang, dropped my phone. Yeah, wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. They just beat me. So, it is what it is. Yeah, Iron Bundle's good. I think I say it every week. Like, it's the best. It's the best card. Like, forever. Forever and a day. It's so good. But yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. It's been a good stream. Appreciate everybody that's came out. Um, yeah. Be checking the socials. Might pop up on Friday night and do something. Um, Play some more games, get some more testing in. So we'll do that. Be checking for the new reels. Be checking for the new TikToks. Be checking for the new YouTube videos coming up. Big great things. Awesome stream tonight. Once again, my name's Jones, and